welcome back to my channel. My name is Riya Mukavali and today I'm gonna show you guys 7 really cool videography hacks that you can do with just So the first trick that I have for you guys is called the closure text effect. Closer. It was done in the lyric video by Chainsmokers. So it looks something like this. Now the reason why it looks so good is because they actually shot it with a real camera. So when you see the movement, it's actually real and that's what makes it look organic. To do that, you're gonna just need a white sheet of paper. And I'm gonna get a black marker out. So if you don't have a black marker, just get something that's as dark as possible because you really want the contrast between the white and the color that you choose to stand out. So I'm going to go with the darkest marker that I have.
5 minutes later.
I got my hand covered in ink. Let's see how to record this and then I can show you guys how to do it in the editing phase. So let's go right now. So I have doodled some things and written some things right over here and get them as close to the camera as I can. So what I'm gonna basically do is make sure that I don't get my fingers in the shot. I'm just gonna float this around how I want it to be in the screen. Point over here is that you get as much motion as you can, get multiple recordings if you can. Then we're gonna take these, go over to the PC and I'm gonna show you guys how I edit it so that I get that effect of floating text around. So the first thing that I'm going to do is import all my files to Resolve and then just select a movement that I like. Then go over to the color tab and increase the contrast between the black and white. The reason why I'm increasing the contrast is so that it becomes easier to qualify it and I don't lose out on the texture of the marker, which I really like. Next, qualify and just change the color of the text to what I like. And we're done. Just take this clip and apply it on top of any other clip that you want to apply this on top of this person's face. So the next one that I have for you guys is a DIY diffuser. Now in my current setup, I either use soft boxes or nylon sheets or one of those umbrellas to actually diffuse my lighting. But before I had any of these, I used to actually use sheets of paper to diffuse my lighting source. I used to just have one light bulb kept on the table and I used to just cover it with as many tissue papers as I used to find. Let me show you guys what my current setup is so I can show you exactly how I do that. So in this shot, I'm using a light bulb to light my scene and I've not used any sort of diffusion in it, so this is undiffused light. And you can tell that by looking at the shadows. The shadows are very sharp and the highlights that are falling on the camera body are way too bright and blown out. Now let me just grab our secret sauce, the sheet of paper, and put it as a diffuser. Oh, that looks so much better. The shadows are not as sharp as before and you can also see that the highlights that were overly blown out before are not blown out anymore. You can also use a sheet of paper as a diffuser if you don't have actual diffusion material like nylon sheets. See, if you have a tissue paper maybe or even A4 size sheet of paper, anything that allows light to be passed through it, and that should do the trick. I remember when I was just starting out with videography, I wanted to learn how to do these shots which used to move really smoothly, they used to go from one side to the other and it used to be really smooth and flowy. One day I went on this shoot with one of my friends. She was cutting garlic on the kitchen counter and I wanted to get a shot which moved while she was cutting garlic. And I did a bunch of research before I actually went there and started recording. I saw many tutorials. Most of them said that you need to use a slider, which was really expensive. It still is. I can't afford it. I looked up some other tutorials. There were people who said that you could use skateboards or roller skates to get that same movement. But I didn't have any of those either. So instead I used, well, you figured it out, a piece of paper. But first let me get a camera so I can show you. There it is. So this will be my demo camera. So this is what I'm gonna be using because I'm using the DSLR to record this. What I did that day is I took a sheet of paper, placed it on the kitchen counter. So let's just think that she's cutting the garlic right over here. What? Yeah, so this is my garlic and I wanted the shot to slide. So basically what I did is I kept my camera here, just slided it. If you like feel like the angle is not right, then you can take books to like adjust the height and the angle of it. Thank you. A lot of books right here. So I'm gonna take like 2 of these for now and just drag it. And that's how you do that. Now, I do provide services pertaining to noise removal, color grading, what have you. So if you're looking for anything related to those, then you can always contact me here or mail me and we can take it up from there. The video is like finally over. This took way too long. Let's go. I'm hungry. Let's eat momos.
Coffee.
And sleep.